After Esther was crowned queen, Esther kept her family background and nationality as a secret, just as Mordecai had told her to do. She continued to follow Mordecai's instructions, as she had done when he was bringing her up. During the time Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate, two of the king's officers, named Bigthana and Teresh, who gathered the doorway, became angry and conspired to assassinate King Xerxes. Mordecai found out about this plot and told Queen Esther. Queen Esther then in turn reported it to the king, giving credit to Mordecai. And when the report was investigated and found to be true, the two officials were put to death by hanging on the poles. All this was recorded in the Book of the Annals in the presence of the king. There was an official of the king named Haman. After these events, King Xerxes honored Haman, elevating him and giving him a seat of honor higher than that of all the other nobles. All the royal officials at the king's gate knelt down and paid honor to Haman, for the king had commanded this concerning him. But Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor. Then the royal officials at the king's gate asked Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the king's command? Why?" Day after day, they spoke to him, but he refused to comply. Therefore, they told Haman about it to see whether Mordecai's behavior would be tolerated, for he had told them he was a Jew. When Haman saw that Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor, he was enraged. Yet, having learned who Mordecai's people were, he scorned the idea of killing only Mordecai. Instead, Haman looked for a way to destroy all Mordecai's people, the Jews, throughout the whole kingdom of Xerxes. Then Haman said to King Xerxes, "There are certain people dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom who keep themselves separate. Their customs are different from those of all other people, and they do not obey the king's laws. It is not in the king's best interest to tolerate them, these people. If it pleases the king, let a decree be issued to destroy them. And I, Haman, will give 10,000 talents of silver to the king's administrators for the royal treasury." So the king took his signet ring from his finger and gave it to Haman, the enemy of the Jews. The king said to Haman, "Haman, keep the money and do with the people as you please." Dispatches were sent by courier to all the king's provinces with the order to destroy, kill, and annihilate all the Jews, young and old, women and children, on a single day, and to plunder their goods. When Mordecai learned of all that had been done, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the city, wailing loudly and bitterly. There was great mourning among the Jews, with fasting, weeping, and wailing. Many lay in sackcloth and ashes. When Esther's eunuchs and female attendants came and told her about Mordecai, she was in great distress. She sent cloths for him to put on instead of his sackcloth, but he would not accept them. Then Esther summoned Hathach, one of the king's eunuchs assigned to attend to her, and ordered him, "Please go and find out what was troubling Mordecai and why." When Hathach got to Mordecai, Mordecai told him everything that had happened to him, including the exact amount of money Haman had promised to pay into the royal treasury for the destruction of the Jews. And he told him to instruct her to go into the king's presence to beg for mercy and plead with him for our people. Hathach went back and reported this to Esther, what Mordecai had said. Then she replied and instructed him to say to Mordecai, All the king's officials and the people of the royal provinces, they know that for any man or woman who approaches the king in the inner court without being summoned, the king has but one law, that they are put to death, unless the king extends the gold scepter to them and spares their lives. But 30 days have passed since I was even called to go to the king. I have not even seen him in 30 days. When Esther's words were reported to Mordecai, he sent back these answers. You tell Esther, do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all the Jews will escape this. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish. And who knows, maybe you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. Go and tell her that. Then Esther sent this reply to Mordecai. Go! Go! Gather together all the Jews who are in Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my attendants will fast as you do. When this is done, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish. So Mordecai went away and carried out all of Esther's instructions.